Hey there guys, Aaron here. Back with a Saturday live stream for Super Nintendo this week. So, it went pretty well last week, I thought, with the Sega Mega Drive or Genesis. So today it will be, Super Nintendo. So I'm just basically going to go through the list and just choose anything that looks interesting. Maybe some games that I used to play. Unfortunately, I'm having to actually use a different D-pad. What was going on there? Let me just unplug that. I think back in action. Right, okay. So, to start with, I am going to go with... There's so many games. Let's go with my favourite Mortal Kombat, which was the second one. This was where, you know, the Mortal Kombat series really started to pick up. I was a fan of the original, don't get me wrong, but number two, you had so many more characters. Hey Mimi, welcome to the stream. Looks very orange in my room, I think. I look quite orange myself. I think I need to mess around with the camera settings there. Okay, let's go for it. So yeah, I think in the original Mortal Kombat actually, you only get 8 characters, so you get an extra 4 in this one. Baraka, he was definitely my favourite, I guess. Sub-Zero in the first game, and in the second game, Baraka.
Round 1, fight. Come here!
Probably going to be really bad at this now. Oh, there you go. That is kind of the problem with real world beat 'em ups is, yeah, you got to remember the moves. It's just that KFC. Oh, it's my favourite takeaway.
Round 2, fight.
I've got to get one hit in, surely. Come on. Oh, you're joking.
Finish him.
Oh, we don't even get to see a finish move. Yeah, that was poor, I must admit.
Wins. Fatality.
Fatality. I can't leave it there. Yeah, Sub-Zero was my next favourite Mortal Kombat character, so maybe I have more luck.
Round 1, fight.
Now, if I could put off some moves, that would be even better, but... I think Mortal Kombat is one of those series that definitely improved as it went on. Especially with Mortal Kombat 9 and 10. Oh, the story modes in those games were great. Still got a four-year-old Nintendo console. Which one's that? I'm guessing the the Wii. Even the Wii U must be at least 4 years old now. Just not having much luck pulling off any of the moves. There you go. I got one in finally. Get over here. Oh, there's no chance. No chance of pulling off something there.
Sub-Zero wins.
It's just back at the time. This was like,
Round
especially with the first Mortal Kombat game. It was all in the news because it was so gory and they wanted it banned, things like that. Nowadays, this is laughable. You know, it's more like a cartoon than some of the games you get today. You know, the new Doom or any of the new Mortal Kombats, really. They're 10 times as bad. Goriness, at least. And violence. But again, I guess I mainly just played the Mega Drive version. The SNES one, you know, at least it had blood in finally. But oh, NES! That's got to be more than 4 years old, Mimi. The NES was probably, what, 30 years old last year, I think.
Sub-Zero wins. Round 3.
Fight. I did actually also watch the first Mortal Kombat movie. What, a couple of weeks ago now? I've seen it obviously before quite a few times, and it's still not bad for an earlier gaming movie. Second one though, do not watch. It is terrible.
Marina wins.
It was about 40 to 50 years old. The NES come out in about 86. It isn't that old. Trust me. So that was Mortal Kombat 2. Yeah, you know, I always found the Mega Drive version a lot better. Mr. Nuts as well. Another game that appeared on the Super Nintendo and the Sega Mega Drive. Not a bad little platformer, but Super Nintendo version is definitely tricky. What I might do is whack the health up a bit. No, it isn't Conker. This isn't a prequel to Conker Bad Fur Day. Hey, Future Perfect Gaming, how's it going? So yeah, from Mortal Kombat 2 to Mr. Nuts, which is completely different. Yeah, it's a complete opposite of the spectrum there, from a gory game to probably one of the cutest games on the Super Nintendo. Weirdly enough though, this game is so difficult. I never really got it. The what happened there? Ah. Okay, so you do have secret routes through the levels. I did wonder that. Yeah, the Sega Mega Drive version of this, it had password saves. Whereas the SNES version, you had to pretty much complete it in one go. Awesome, Mimi. How's it going, Future Perfect? Had a good night last night. And yeah, the piranha plants as well. Yeah, they kind of look like something out of Super Mario Brothers. I have actually done a bit of another video on this game that I probably will post at some point. Oh, not good. if anyone also has requests of what Super Nintendo games you would like me to play, I'm more than willing to give them a go. Because generally, you know, I had a lot of SNES games, so I probably will choose the ones that I remember playing. But it's all good to try something new. Dinosaurus. No, I haven't. Oscar, hey there. This is actually RetroPie. I'm actually surprised I've got this far. It's only because I did play this the other day that I kind of understood how it all worked. It's actually a very tricky game to play. Well, you kind of just need to get used to the enemy patterns, and there we go. Come on. Yeah, it's. I should have played the Sega Mega Drive version last week because although they're just like a port of each other, there is a few differences, but. Oh. Not good. That is an ugly looking spider. One thing I always found with this game as well is the actual bosses are like quite disturbing in comparison to the rest of the game. There's one of the bosses, his eyes fall out. Yeah, it doesn't kind of give that image from what you're seeing now, but it's very, very weird. Oh no, I didn't jump far enough. Not quite sure why are they apples or tomatoes? Why they're running around the levels, but yeah. Hey, this was the 90s, people. Games didn't really make sense. Thanks, Mimi. Kind of hoping I can get to the boss and then move on to the next game from there. Oh. That's a lot of acorns. Yeah. Incarnation a go. Oh, I'll give that a go, Future Perfect. Yeah, my only slight issue with Super Nintendo is that a lot of the popular games, like Mario World, things like that, will trigger the copyright censor on YouTube. So I might have to pass on a few, but man, there's so many games on the Super Nintendo. We're talking, I think, over 1,000 really. Probably only half of those are well worth playing, but. Come on, boss, where are you? Mr. Spider, how original. Have I heard of the Hack Spot? No. Mimi, every time you come to the stream, you're always giving me like these new things to check out. I did check out, what was it, Tattletale? Yeah, it looks interesting. Maybe I'll do like a horror stream some point. Right, okay, Mr. Spider. He's pretty easy to kill. You just need to jump on him a few times. This is where I'm going to kill myself. Yep. Oh, now he decides to jump. Oh, really? That's mean, that is. That is some cheeky, cheeky moves. There you go. Okay, Mr. Nuts, let's move on to the next one. Yeah, you can collect enough coins, you get extra bits and bobs. Nothing too amazing. It's an alright game. Incarnation, rather. Let's have a look up at I. That is weather. Yeah, I've got that. Oldie mouldy. Oh, okay. Quite interesting to get the option of a mono and stereo on the title screen. You know what? I've never heard of this game before. Kind of reminds me of... Actually, it is similar to Mr. Nuts. Maybe a bit like Wonder Boy, I guess. Just try some of the other buttons out. No. Oh, I see. Not quite sure what they're supposed to be. Big pumpkins or something like that. They just look like little devils flying around. Okay. What are we supposed to do here? Yeah, go for it, Mimi. I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point. I assume I've got to pay him off to bypass, so maybe there's something I need to go back for. Need another piece of wheat. Oh, okay, yeah, three pieces. There we go. This game just really reminds me of something else. Even the little sound clips he does. Oh, I see. So you can hit the balls to sort of get to new areas. Cool, job done. Wait, what? Okay, that was a bit of a slap in the face. Okay, let's get whisked away to somewhere else there. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a lot better. Still can't really kill them very well. Run under them though, pretty easy. Okay, so just one more wheat left. Come on. And there it is. Right, I'm not going to make that same mistake again and go and kill myself. Right, let's hang back a second. I'm not quite sure actually if I'm doing anything here. It's usually with boss fights, if you do some damage, he'll like flash colours or something. So I can only assume I am doing something. There you go. Hey Mystical Wings, welcome to the stream. Future Perfect, Rayman. That didn't come out in the SNES, did it? Yeah, that was I'll have to check that one out again at some point. Never heard of it, so thanks for pointing it out. Okay. Ah, similar to Rayman. I guess so, yeah. I see what you mean there. Unfortunately, the joypad I'm using is doing some really weird things. Right. What do we got up next? Krusty's Funhouse. Probably one of the only decent Simpsons games I actually played. Bart vs. the Space Mutants wasn't bad, don't get me wrong. Actually, it wasn't that great. Just go and watch the AVGN video. You'll see what I mean. Can't remember. It was very similar to Lemmings, this one. So, if I recall, you have to kind of capture all the rats and... Oh man, it's been a long time. Okay. Not quite sure what the purpose of that was, but hey. I don't remember as much platforming as this, really. Let's have a look. So, okay, so that's where we need to get the rats. And there we go, some at the top. So, I guess... I guess that didn't do much at all. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass on that one. I can't remember exactly what you're supposed to do. But I remember sort of getting quite a lot of play out of that one. Let's go with... Let's go with one of the Mega Man games, X2. I do really need to still check out the fan-made I believe Mega Man 1 remake. It looks really impressive. Okay. I can't say I've ever played this one. But most of the Mega Man games are pretty self-explanatory. Certainly looks a lot better than the Mega Drive, Mega Drive remakes of the NES games I played last week. Okay, so we can kind of do a run. I'm actually not quite sure how well the Mega Game X games got received. I don't think they were ever as good as, say, the Mega Drive, the NES versions, but very different, I guess. Much more platform-styled games. I think so. Is that going to help? And wall jumping as well, forgot about that. If I can get up to the ladder, that is. I can't seem to be getting up there. For honour, I will try and check that out. How embarrassing! I can't even jump onto a ladder. I really must be missing something here. Surely that shouldn't be as difficult as... Ah. There you go. A boss, is it? Yeah, I'd be very surprised if I can do this on my first go. So, usually they've got like a weak point. That doesn't appear to be doing much though. Not great, not great. Hey, Le Blogger. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, that was Mega Man X2. I've had enough of that one. Oh, we don't want to be playing Power Rangers. Yeah. Let's continue down a bit. Plock. I used to love this game. This is what reminds me of Rayman. Again, this was a very difficult platform game, and I really struggled with it. But one thing that kept bringing me back to playing it though was the music. It's quite funky. And yeah, so you have like this big Mario World map. But I think I managed to beat the boss once of the first world, that is, but it was a very tricky game. That's it. I guess on the Super Nintendo though, you did generally get a lot more platformers than the Sega Mega Drive. Whereas, yeah, Sega Mega Drive had a lot of other type of games that you couldn't get. Beat 'em ups in general. I think, you know, you had the Streets of Rage games. You did have Final Fight for the Super Nintendo, but platformers definitely kind of ruled the roost for Super Nintendo. This isn't my flag. No, it's someone's underwear. Go. That was easy. And yeah, there's the boss just a bit further down. I really can't see myself getting there, but I'm not really quite sure what they're supposed to be. There's some random... Oh, what? There really is some random enemies in this game. I guess a lot of 16 and 8-bit games were like that, though. Didn't quite make sense a lot of the time. Finally. Okay, down we go. I think there's some trees you can actually do something with to no? That was poor. Boogerman. I nearly played that on the Sega Mega Drive last weekend. I do believe it come out on the SNES too. Boogerman. Oh, that game was weird. And it doesn't appear to be here, unfortunately. Oh, no, it certainly is. I always kind of find it was a very standard platform game. Just with like a novelty fact. Well, a gimmick more like. That you can burp and fart. Nice. It's like, look at the character. Some bald guy. Oh, it's weird. Oh, and we can burp. Awesome. Because, yeah, burping in real life kills enemies. Yeah. On the Amiga, I don't know if it did come out. It's quite possible it did. I did used to play a lot of Amiga games, and I can't ever remember this one coming out for it. It kills relation. I have to keep that one in mind. Oh. The thing is, though, if you had asked for, say, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Christmas, and you ended up getting this instead, I'd be pretty unhappy, I guess. What is that? Is that supposed to be a toilet? Porta cabin. And well, sucked up a nose. Oh wow. Take it easy, Future Perfect. Or Dan, rather. Okay, that was, yeah, Boogerman. And we don't particularly want to play that twice. So I'm going to quit back out. Yeah, but honestly, I can say that definitely isn't one of my favourite games I played on the Super Nintendo. But and again, with the Bubsy games, I remember getting one of them and thinking that, yeah, it wasn't great. Very difficult game. But you did have a lot of mascot platformers at the time, and obviously this was trying to become one of them. It just could never match, you know, your Mario Sonic titles. They did actually eventually make a PlayStation game, a 3D platformer, and that was even worse. I guess the first game of this isn't too bad though. It's just very difficult. Okay.
What could possibly go wrong?
Nice one, Q-Wave. You're welcome.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, the sound clips as well are very annoying. Right. I would actually like to finish this level if possible. And again, like Sonic the Hedgehog, you get your instant deathing if you go too quick. What is that?
What could possibly go wrong?
See what I mean? This game, it's way too punishing. I can't think of many other platform games at the time that would kill you for falling too far of a distance. Instant kill.
What could possibly go wrong?
I think I'm going to have one more attempt at this and leave it there. Yeah. One hit kills are not enjoyable. Bit too late for to tell them that now, but anyway. Right, what we got up next? Plenty of games that were classics. And plenty of pretty bad games as well. Let's go with Donkey Kong Country. Hopefully this won't trigger YouTube copyright, but... Again, when Donkey Kong was originally shown, a lot of people thought it was actually going to be for the Nintendo 64. Or, at the time, I believe it was called something like Project Reality. And yeah, it turned out that Donkey Kong Country was actually for Super Nintendo, and everyone lost their minds. It definitely is showing its age, but it's still a good game. I didn't really find it as enjoyable as Nintendo's platformers, but as a whole, it was still a really fun time. It was kind of good as well to see Donkey Kong get his own game, rather than being always attacked by Mario. And again, the music in this game, it still holds up. Especially like the underwater levels, things like that. We can swap out. Ah, yes, the Rhino. And I believe there's actually an area somewhere you can... There you go. Unfortunately, I wasn't really never one to 100% here. I think on the first game, I did try. It's going back so long now. And unfortunately, I'd kind of moved on from the Super Nintendo when Donkey Kong Country 2 come out. I never really played that until I got emulators. But a lot of people do say the second game is the best. But again, the second game, Donkey Kong was kind of sidelined. And apparently the reason was because Nintendo, well, Shigeru Miyamoto, said he didn't like Donkey Kong Country. And Rare decided to get rid of Donkey Kong and use their own characters. So, yeah, it was kind of like a FU to Nintendo, that was. Which is a shame, really, because obviously I thought Rare and Nintendo had a good relationship. And the Rare pretty much kept the N64 afloat for those sort of final 2-3 years of the N64's life. And yeah, when Microsoft bought them out, yeah, it was shocking, really. They've never been the same. Oops. Shocking. There was also fail. There was also a Toy Story game I played last weekend for the Mega Drive, and it kind of uses the same style of graphics. So they were actually all 3D rendered and converted to 2D sprites. So although they do look 3D, they are just sprites like in any other Mario game, I guess, for the Super Nintendo. But they do give off that 3D look, and I think it really helps, especially with the backgrounds, just gives it more depth. And even though Donkey Kong might not look as great as it once did, it's still not bad. Very pixely, but let's try and do one more stage. And again, like what I was just saying, the caves, the whole depth thing just really helps. Yeah, it's not also to say that although Rare did a great job with the Donkey Kong games, Retro Studios, you know, they've been making the Donkey Kong games now for the past, what, 5-6 years. They're pretty good. I've enjoyed them. They're very tough. Oops. Yeah, tough games. But I would like to see them try something different, really. Awesome. Just the G to find that. Okay. Awesome. And yeah, there's... It's been a long time since I played this, but I believe there's 3 different animals you can collect. You get the ostrich, Rambi, and the swordfish. But I think with the sequels, you got a lot more animal characters, and I've got to do a water level. I just find the music in the water levels so amazing. Just very atmospheric and definitely the best songs in the game, I would say. And again, I kind of like the effect of like the ripples in the water, I guess. Let's go down then. I think this is where we can get a swordfish, yeah. Question is, how long can I keep him? Oh. Sorry, buddy. Oh. I'm not quite sure how a couple of, well, an ape and a monkey can survive underwater for this long, but hey, I'm not going to question it. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, I must have missed one of the letters somewhere then. There you go. Okay, I think I'll leave that one there. Yeah, there's a few more levels till you get to the boss. But yeah, Donkey Kong Country, great game. Well worth playing if you've never tried it. You'd be surprised. Right, okay. Let's go with the classic F-Zero. Night League. Again, I never really got into the F-Zero games to quite late into the Super Nintendo life. I guess to me it did look quite basic of a racing game. But eventually when I did get it, I had a lot of fun. Definitely not my favourite F-Zero. That would probably be what the N64 version, maybe the GameCube. But still, it's not bad. And actually, believe it or not, the Game Boy Advance version's alright as well. I believe they released maybe two or three games on the Game Boy Advance. So, there we go. I was always kind of disappointed though that although there's more than 4 people playing, only like 4 of those actually matter. There we go, so rank 2. Yeah, I don't quite think the yellow ships matter that much. They're just like your generic ones. But of course, Super Mario Kart takes this Mode 7 design on but half the screen, unfortunately. Whereas F-Zero, at least they did keep it a full screen game. Oh. I think I've got this one in the bag. It would also be nice to see a new version of F-Zero for whatever, well, the Nintendo Switch. I can't see it happening. You know, the F-Zero brand has never been massive. They've always been enjoyable games, but they've never been as big as, say, Mario, things like that. Same with Star Fox. It used to be a good brand, and it's kind of gone downhill a bit. The games haven't really sold as well as they used to. That's how you do it, first place. Yeah, not played this in a long time, but it's fun to come back to. If anything, I do wish there was like a 2-player split screen mode on it. I think that would have maybe given it a bit more life. In Japan, there was actually a F-Zero 2, and that had a whole bunch of new tracks. You can actually play that through an emulator as well. So it's quite good to go back to, and if you fancy a bit more SNES F-Zero. I guess as well, if you need or if you've got the urge for an F-Zero type of game, there is Fast Neo Racing, which is on the Nintendo Wii U. And also there's one coming out for the Switch. I believe it's the same game, it's been renamed, but it comes with a load of extra tracks and DLC. And yeah, it does feel like F-Zero. What? Yeah, oh, ice. And then my ship's going to blow up, I'm sure of it. There was also some really good shortcuts as well. If there's a ramp, I can't remember if there is on this level, but you can kind of jump over massive corners and get a good time. Third place, yeah, not going as well, but I've got hope. I reckon I can do this. There you go, straight into first. Just. Final lap. And there's my first place. Awesome. So yeah, that was F-Zero. I've played a couple of tracks. I think that was enough. I'm going to move on now. But still, a fun game to play. Of course, you've got all your Final Fantasies, but by the time I actually get into the game, it's not really going to be worth it. There was another one that I've had in mind. Ah, what about Rock and Roll Racing? One of the earliest games to have licensed music. And yeah, if you played the Super Nintendo version, then played the Sega Mega Drive version, yeah, there's a bit of a difference. Sounds quite... The Super Nintendo one, it just sounds so much better. I'd better go with Rookie. And I think you get the Lost Vikings in this as well. They're from another game. Let's go with this handsome fellow. Of course, you can upgrade your weapons, your car, thing like that.
The stage is set. The green flag drops. Jake fades into last. Rip is about to blow.
But yeah, it's kind of weird with the whole isometric view, but it doesn't take long to get used to it.
Jake is dominating the race. Shred fades into last.
Also probably helps that I've been playing the new Mobile Micro Machines, which is again another isometric game.
Rip fades into last.
Dodge those traps on the ground there, nice.
Shred fades into last.
It's a bit tricky to kind of...
Dominating the race.
Oh no, don't be doing that.
Shred was blocked.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky to sort of time when you're supposed to turn into a corner. It seems to be going alright so far. Awesome, first.
Jake scores a first place knockout.
I guess it's a bit like Super Off-Road Racing. So if you come first place, you can then buy upgrades for your car. What we got? I have nowhere near any of this amount of money I require. Okay, I could go with that. Why not? Let's race.
Let the carnage begin!
That was a bit of a late delay in turning.
Rip is dominating the race!
And again, yeah, you can pick up
Fades
cash
into last.
on the track, I guess, so that's all good.
Rip was lost out there. Shred fades into last.
kind of want to use some of my weapons, but no one's in front of me yet, so... Maybe I should have put the difficulty up slightly more. But, too late now. I think overhead races as well. That,
Shred was lost out there.
you know, you didn't get very many 3D games or 3D races at the time, unless you were going to the arcade.
Fades into last.
And the whole isometric racing game, you know, it always interested me. Super off-road racing, super sprint, micro machines. You know, it's a good genre in its own, really.
Jake scores a first place
Not
knockout.
every
Viper
racing game needs to have like the most detailed physics or
in another time zone.
realistic graphics. It's still enjoyable. I'll do one more race on this, and I'm not going to bother upgrading. Let's go straight for it.
The stage is set. The green flag drops.
Oh, okay, so it's kind
Viper
of figure of
jams
eight
into
here.
first. Jake is about to blow.
Yeah, I think I will blow a couple more hits, and my car is done for.
Viper jams into first. Shred is headed the wrong way.
Okay, so you can pick up a
Shred was
like
lost out there.
first aid rather, or repair your car at least.
Rip jams into first. Jake is about to blow. Jake powers up.
From third to first. Oh no, come on. I don't think my car's going to make it.
Jake is dominating the race. Last lap. Jake is about to blow. Shred was lost out
Nearly,
there.
nearly. Oh, I just made it.
Jake scores a first place knockout. Viper
Yeah, I might have to go back to that at some point. That was good fun. Not quite sure why we went there. Let's go with... Where's T? Again, I mean, a lot of the Super Nintendo games I did play were platformers. I'll say that now. And again, this was one that I did actually quite enjoy. Obviously, at the time, I was a big fan of the cartoon, and this is a very nice looking SNES game. And quite different. The levels are very wide range of variety, really. But we do not want to listen to you go on. So we got a jump. Oh. And I believe L runs, yeah. You can do these weird sort of backward jumps on it. Don't actually think you're supposed to, but doesn't give any benefit. Oh. Mess that one up. Let's quickly refill the dash. Oh man. Okay. Hey Link, welcome to the stream. Yeah, there is actually a couple of ways of getting through this section much quicker. Instead of triggering the bookcases to come towards each other, you can just kind of do a jump right over the top. I guess that's really only if you're attempting to speed run the game, but still. Oh no! And again, I always had this weird obsession of checking all the hidden areas, like, where am I? Yeah, kind of hidden at the top of the screen. Unfortunately, doesn't do much, but there's one other bit coming up as well like that. Okay, boss fight. Well, mini boss fight. And I'm dead. As great as this game is, though, it is very easy to complete. Doesn't take long at all. And why can't I kill him? There you go. That was terrible. One life left. Not looking good. There you go, it's easy when you know how. And we get a key, awesome. So yeah, was it here? No, don't want to jump up. There you go, there's one secret. And yeah, you can kind of do it up here too, but again... No, it's a bit further in. You kind of jump over the top of the screen. Really weird. And now we get a boss fight. The only thing I would say about this game, though, is that the second set of levels, which is based in the Wild West, I don't know really, it drags, goes on a bit too far, too long. So yeah, you need to hit the food underneath him, and it kind of gets into his mouth and makes him go a bit crazy. If he comes back down, of course. There he is. I usually find it's easier just staying close to the bottom, waiting for him to come up and then just feeding him there. Until he does that and runs away. Oh no. we go. But again, yeah, I did play a Tiny Toon game on the Sega Mega Drive as well last week. And yeah, both games are so different. I don't quite know which one's my favourite. The SNES one definitely has the, you know, the looks of the game. It looks so much better. But the Mega Drive one, it's so much longer. 35 levels in comparison to, what, 10 in this? Okay, that was Buster Bust Loose. Right. Thing is, there is so many games I could play. It's probably enough for at least a few streams. Zool. Yeah, Zool was an interesting one. Originally, I played this on the Commodore Amiga. And it did come out for the SNES, which I did play for a bit. But again, a bit like Bubsy the Bobcat, it was a very mediocre platformer. That it looks nice, don't get me wrong, but apart from that, it didn't really do it for me. The second one maybe is slightly better, mainly because I believe there's two characters you can choose from. Sometimes I do wonder how, you know, developers got away with charging £50 for some of these games. You look at the quality between, you know, a Nintendo game and well, Zool, for example. There's a big difference in level design and everything, basically. Okay, I thought that was... Oh, there we go. That's how you finish a level, right? Although this part is different to the Amiga, I believe it was just a black screen. I don't actually ever remember getting off the first set of levels, so all I remember of Zool is being based in like a candy land. I actually think the original, I'm not quite sure if this version did, but originally it was sponsored by like a sweet company, Chupa Chups, something like that. Yeah, you did get a few games like that in the 90s that were getting paid to advertise sweets, things like that. Oh wow, I'm being chased by a shadow. Yeah, I think that's enough of Zool. Plenty of much better games out there if you're after a platformer. Uniracers, a very surprising game. No worries, Q-Wave. Take it easy. Hope you have a good day. So, what name should we go for? Let's go with Andrew, because it's the closest to mine bizarrely, there's no music. So, there you go. So yeah, it's kind of like more of a stunt game. So using like L and I, you can kind of do rolls. It really sucks about no music, but and most of them are just races. Oh, it's come back, it's come back. Remember watching Video Power weekdays at 6 AM? Ah, the good old days, eh? Yeah, there used to be a program in the UK called Games Master, and you'd like watch it at 6:30 on a Thursday. The Games Master would tell you some instant tips. Oh, it's funny. There you go. So yeah, you pull off stunts and you gain speed. It's nothing much to look at, but honestly, the gameplay isn't bad. The only issue with it is that it is quite limited on how many stunts you can actually pull off. There's probably only about 5 in total, and yeah. I guess you are just using the unicycle. Can't really pull off that many moves. Oh. Last one to go. Oh. I think that just about does it. It takes halfway through the game though. It does get very, very difficult. Yeah, the CPU really sort of ups his game a bit. Yeah, the Unirally. It's I believe in America it's called Uniracer. In the UK it's Unirally. But weirdly enough, what happened with this game was it was on sale for a while, and it depends how aware you are, but Pixar, who made Toy Story, they did like a short featuring a Uniracer type thing, Unibike rather, and because the game also had it as well, Pixar pretty much sued the game company and they had to take it off sale. I hope I explained that well, but yeah, it's very weird. I didn't really think you could copyright a Unibike, but let's do one more. Record held by someone. Yeah, allegedly there was going to be a sequel, but because of that, it never did come out. But yes, there's different parts of the track actually like warn you. So when it turns orange, that's generally when there's going to be some like sludge in the way. Just you can jump over it, or try to at least. Right. Now there is, I'm not quite sure if it's actually on here. Let's have a look. I am actually looking for Stunt Race FX. Again, this looks like complete trash nowadays. But it was actually really enjoyable at the time. So it uses the Super FX chip like Star Fox did to kind of create a racing game similar to Sega's VR racing games. Now, being a Super FX game, I'm not quite sure how well this will work, but it pretty much seems like it's running okay. Now, it did have really bad frame rate. I think it did 5 FPS, but I think this is even worse. Yeah, this can't be right. This is way bad. But yeah, I still had quite a lot of fun with it. There's a couple of levels. There's like a level where you can see an R-wing fly over. Well, mainly due to it being made by the same company as Star Fox. So, and yeah. It is very slow. As Star Fox suffers on recall box. Yeah, even this, it's very unplayable. I think to show it off, fair enough, but you couldn't really play this and have fun with it. But it gives you the general idea. At least with Star Fox, you know, the FPS on the actual system itself, it was playable. Whereas I did always have issues with Stunt Race. I just don't think it was, the Super FX chip wasn't quite there to make it that playable. Okay, I think we better get around to it. Street Fighter. Another sort of classic Super Nintendo game. And again, I wasn't a big fan of Street Fighter really. More Mortal Kombat, but still. And again, it is strange why the sound's not working for me. I think I'm having much better luck than Mortal Kombat earlier. Yeah, they were good back in the day. But I must admit, there still is a few games that I go back to and play. It kind of does remind you of, you know, your younger days, and they still are playable. The problem I find with a lot of games nowadays is you need a few hours to sit down and play them, because to start a game might take 10 minutes, you know, getting through cutscenes, things like this. Whereas at least with the 16-bit games, you could just turn the console on and just play. There's no messing around, and unfortunately I kind of feel nowadays that games aren't really games, they're more interactive movies, things like this. Still love them, don't get me wrong, but notice the Hyper Street Fighter included a lot more frames for characters. You're correct, yeah, it used a lot more memory. Because Street Fighter came out very early in the Super Nintendo Live, cartridges didn't have that much memory. Whereas, yeah, Street Fighter Hyper, I believe it was a much bigger cartridge. I really wish I could remember some moves though. I was one to mash the buttons and see what I could pull off. Usually worked half the time. Yeah, I think she's got me this one. Even like the newer Mortal Kombat games, 9 and 10, as much as I prefer them to the, say, the original Mortal Kombat 1, 2, again, it is full of cutscenes. Whereas, like earlier, I just loaded the game up, went straight into it. And again, I was thinking what other games to do streams on, what other retro games. And it's very difficult if you've got to wait through a 5-minute cutscene before you start playing. Oh no! Hey Dan, Asen, if I remember. How's it going? I haven't spoken to you for a while. Well, that was Street Fighter 2. Still a classic. Okay. Street Racer. Bit of a Mario Kart rip-off. But 4 players. And I did actually have the 4-player multi-tap adapter, I believe it was called. Ubisoft. From Street Racer to the Division. Right, okay, so yeah, you can only play 2 players as standard, unless you do use the multi-tap. Let's go with head-to-head. No championship. Tekken Man Blade. Is that a Super Nintendo game? I can't say I have. Never heard of it. So, I believe I used to play as this guy, Raphael. If I've got it, I'll definitely give it a go. Tekken Man Blade. So yeah, after playing Super Mario Kart for so long, it was nice to get another kart game. This one definitely isn't as good as Mario Kart, but it wasn't bad. It was a good attempt. It's based on an anime. Doesn't surprise me. But still, I've not heard of it. Okay, yeah. You can actually kind of do a bit like in Road Rash, where you can actually hit the other people in the carts. Definitely can't do that in Mario Kart. Third place, I'll take that. Okay. I don't know the fact you spend so long in the results screens. Yeah, no, Street Racer isn't a bad game. As I said earlier, it definitely isn't as good as Mario Kart. But if you could get 4 people together with a multi-tap, it was pretty good fun. Even though the screen was like very, very tiny. I think if you played it on like a 50-inch TV nowadays, it wouldn't be bad at all. Yeah, the interesting thing is, I believe this did come out on the Mega Drive as well. But because the Mega Drive couldn't do Mode 7, it's a very different game and it's not good at all. They should have just kept it on the SNES. Now this game is hard. 8th place. Terrible. I'm quitting that one. Let me have a look for Tekken Blade. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't appear to be here. But a classic, Turtles in Time. Love this game. I think most of the Turtles side-scrolling beat-em-ups are pretty good though, so can't really go wrong with them. Got to go with Raphael, obviously.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
Used to love the arcade version. I spent so much money on the Turtles arcade, but yeah, the console only games were really good as well, if not better in some ways. But hoping the sound comes back. There we go. Unfortunately, it sounds a bit terrible, but. I don't quite know why the sound is a bit strange on some of the games. I must check that out a bit. Yeah, again, they did actually remake this for the Xbox 360. I played through it, but there was just something missing from the original version. It was still a fun game, don't get me wrong, but nah, play this version. Unfortunately, I can't play this. The sound's really putting me off. Now let's try another turtle game. Fingers crossed. Better luck with this one.
Turtle combat.
Now this is one that I never did actually buy. Yeah, that's right. It did also come out on the PS3 as well. I don't know if it ever got a PC one though, because I'd probably go, I'd probably actually purchase that one.
Round 1. Fight.
I'm not quite sure how well received this game was when it come out. I think it came out at a bit of a weird time when Street Fighter was still very popular. I don't think it did as well as Konami hoped. Yeah, you can tell I've never played this.
Round 2. Fight.
Absolutely getting decimated here. Terrible. Ah, Secret of Mana, yeah. That was again another game I never got round to playing. Obviously, in previous years I've used emulators, but some of the games I think they would have gone down better playing at the time, and you know you had to be there to enjoy them in that era. Right. The Super Turrican games were always quite fun.
One up.
Nice. Wow, that's quite a difficult enemy for the start of the game, isn't it, really? Okay, we can play that one. That's what happens when you rush ahead too much.
Power up.
Oh, really? That is quite harsh that the water kind of covers the platform a bit. Okay, exit over here, is it?
Power up.
Some kind of shield. But yeah, once you start picking up a lot of different weapons, it gets very fun. And yeah, you can kind of do what Samus can do in Metroid, like turn into a ball, which is always fun. Right. Yeah. Yeah, that was Torrican 2. Yeah, the Turrican games I played so much. Yeah, it's been a long time though. I can't remember much about them. Again, another game, the Star Wars. Very, very difficult games. Yeah, Oscar, I'm so happy that, you know, these old games are playable. And it kind of worries me, like, we had Denuvo for PC games, which I believe it has been cracked recently. But it's good that we, you know, anyone can go back and play games from 20 years ago, rather than just owning the systems. As good as it is to have your own systems and games, it can get expensive now. A lot of those classics go for a lot of money. But yeah, this was one of the first Super Nintendo games I got, and I think I did manage to complete it eventually, but it was an absolute nightmare. I think it actually did turn me off from playing the sequels that come out. Come on. It's just getting bombarded from every direction. Come on. Can't ever remember this bit happening in Star Wars. Just make it up as you go along. But thankfully there is quite a lot of hearts around, so it helps out a bit. Hey, Fluffy Duck. Welcome to the stream. Come on. It really does help that you can pick up health pretty much after every enemy gets killed. Because otherwise I don't think you'd last long at all. Right, must be a boss coming up soon. How am I? I'm doing good. Having a bit of fun playing some old classic Super Nintendo games on a Saturday afternoon. What more could you ask for? It has actually been snowing today, so it's been quite nice to just stay in. What? Oh man, just appeared from nowhere. Scorpions, not the biggest fan. But yeah, with the Star Wars games, they did make good use of the Mode 7. Well, to some extent anyway. If I actually get past the boss, you'll get to see that. So we got the Silent Pit Monster. Yeah, I think it's just a case of just avoiding everything he throws up at you. And just jumping out the way. That was pointless. It's Oscar, yeah, about the GameCube thing. I wouldn't be surprised, give it time. I mean, I know the Raspberry Pi 3 does seem to run a lot more systems. But yeah, GameCube's going to require a bit more. Obviously, you can emulate it on a PC, but you do need quite a decent PC to do that. Oh, what happened there? No, I'm done for. Oh, so close. I don't know how far back I need to start. If it's the beginning level, then yeah, I'm done. Yeah, again, die any point in the game, you have to return back to that level you're playing on. Hey James Keeley, welcome to the stream. Everyone's turning up quite late. Well, late into the stream at least. I should be streaming for another half hour, I reckon. So, what other Super Goals and Ghosts, classic. Very, very difficult game though. Sam will come back in a minute. I was always quite a big fan of the arcade version, and being able to get it on Super Nintendo was pretty good. But man, they made it difficult. Yeah, that's terrible. I remember it took me a long time. I did manage to complete it, but unfortunately, once you complete it, you need to replay it again to get the proper ending. And by that point, I was done. It wasn't happening. Very tricky not to actually hit it once. I guess in a way you could kind of say this is the Dark Souls of oh man, Dark Souls of the 16-bit days. At least you get to keep the weapon you have. That's not bad. Yeah, definitely preferring that weapon. Yeah, that is tricky. I don't know how I even got off the first level originally. That game is difficult. Wow, we've even got the Super Game Boy. That's different. Want something quick to get into. Let's give Star Fox a go. See, I haven't actually tried this on the Pi, so it'd be interesting to see how it runs. And already I think it's struggling. Oscar, yeah, completely correct. It was a very difficult game. Back when I had a bit more time, I guess, to play it, get used to it. I don't really want to do the training. Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, this was such a big deal back in the time. You know, getting a 3D game on the Super Nintendo was quite unheard of at the time. Thanks to that little Super FX chip though, we got Star Fox. And I think this is going to struggle. This is very slow. It's kind of playable, I guess, but definitely slower than what it actually is supposed to be. So that's our speed up. I do still think the N64 version was probably the best version of Star Fox, and I kind of also feel that they should have just ended it there. It was the perfect Star Fox game, and yeah. Should have quit while they were ahead. Oh, can I make it? Yes. I was actually surprised as well not to see Star Fox 2 on there, because that game was released, well, it was finished rather, it was never released. And I've never really played that one. Again, like with Slippy, ever since the next game in the series, Star Fox 64, yeah, they completely changed his character. At least in this game, he doesn't seem so whiny and everything like that. Most of the characters seem quite cool, but yeah, when they started getting voices, don't get me wrong, it was quite nice to hear them speak. Could have probably been better though. What's he complaining for? I saved him. Boss incoming, I think. Hey, True Pixel. True Pixel, I'm playing a mix of different games here. Is there any Super Nintendo games you can think of, True Pixel, you'd like to see me give a go? Oh, that was a bit of a waste. I can certainly give Link to the Past a go. I will at some point actually try to do a playthrough of that. Oh, why did I go for that? I thought it was going to be some item for some reason. Oh, it's all going wrong. There you go. Nice. There's a Master Quest ROM hack that is for those who thought Link to the Past was like turning on a console. I don't quite get that. Yeah, so that's Star Fox. Could have run a bit better, I think, but still. Meaning it's super easy. Fair enough. It's definitely not a difficult game. Don't get me wrong. The question is, where does it come on the list? Will it come under Legend? Certainly does. Okay, so I'll give this a go for a... Let's put my name in. I understand Breath of the Wild, you can't actually name Link anymore. Again, Zelda was probably... Well, this game in particular, it was the second Zelda I really played. Link's Awakening on the Game Boy, though. That was my first proper Zelda game, and that's kind of what got me into playing this one. And man, what a game! It is a classic. The 3DS got a version of this as well. It was a sequel that was set quite a long time after. And yes, great game. Link Between Worlds, I believe. Yeah, no magic power. I must admit, I used to know this game like the back of my hand, really. But I haven't played it for quite a long time. See, I always thought this bit was quite weird. Just before he kind of dies, he says, "Save the princess, Zelda is your..." And you never quite find out what he meant. A lot of people thought he meant Zelda is your sister. But I think it was more along the lines of Zelda is your saviour, something like that. Lovely bit of rupee. True Pixel, very cool. Yeah, you can get emulators. I've got some myself on the mobile phone. Yeah. Sister, that's what everyone used to think it meant. Bizarre. Everyone used to think that, so... Quite possibly. It was just never revealed what he meant. Right, I'm trying to remember the layout of this level. I think it's this way. Guess I'll find out. Right. This takes you... No, I need to unlock. Yeah, I've got to come back through here. There is actually a way to complete the game. You kind of glitch it in this area, and you can complete it in a couple of minutes or so. Okay, I believe then I need to go down the centre door. I do think Ocarina of Time and Link's Awakening have a lot of glitches as well. But yeah, you're completely correct, this has got a lot of glitches in it. And I can't even remember where I'm supposed to be going, that's a good start. No, definitely not through the middle door. The exploration group, quite possibly, yeah. There's kind of a way to knock yourself out of bounds. And yeah, you can kind of just walk between the levels and... Yeah, it's weird. Got the map. Awesome. Yeah, I used to love just doing that. Just knock them right off the edge. Does the job. Fair play, you obviously know a lot more about it than I do, True. Is it up here? It certainly is. Boomerang, awesome. Well, I guess to a lot of people, you know, this game did come out after Zelda 2 on the NES. NES. And yeah, it must have been like a massive, massive upgrade. Ah, yeah, we just need to defeat him. Get Zelda. Pretty easy to kill. Thank you, Aaron. Yeah, I did watch the Games Done Quickly video of this. I can't remember how long it took him to properly finish it, but it was quite an enjoyable watch. Okay, let's just get back up to the top then. Oh, okay. That makes sense with the pots then, yeah. Because I have seen people kill him off a lot quicker than that, but still. quite cool as well. You can like take an alternative route back. Saves having to deal with the enemies all over again. Must say it's quite good that Zelda can't get attacked. Most other games with like escort missions, yeah, you'd be trying to protect her, so it's kind of nice you don't need to worry. And I'll get back to the Sanctuary then. So... I believe you just need to... Pretty sure you just need to light all of these up. Or in one place at least you need to do that. There you go. We'll be very close. Awesome. Right. Grab some magic. No, definitely need a key. How a rat is carrying a key, I've got no idea. Ah, yeah, you can come back here when you've got bombs and open up an area. Which a lot of people, well, I remember a lot of friends not knowing about that. It's pretty obvious, I thought, but still. Yeah, one of them opens it, the other one kind of... I think this is right. No, it's wrong. There we go. And the adventure begins. Ah, yeah, I have heard about. Yeah, decorations in the main room. So it sends you to the room 0, aka the Ganon fight. Yeah, it's crazy. I guess the developers, they never really felt the need to fix all the bugs and glitches. Okay, so that was obviously a Zelda, Link to the Past. If I can get a couple more games in, that would be pretty good. Trying to think of some actual decent ones that I remember. There was a lot of terrible games, I must admit, on the Super Nintendo. I'm going to give you an example, actually. I'm assuming it's on this collection. Oops. Is it here? I believe this was the one. Where is it? Ultraman. Now, set the scene. I didn't have a game to play, and I saw a game in the, well, for sale for quite a good price. And I thought, why not? Never having a clue what it's about. So, Ultraman. Very early Super Nintendo game, based on Japanese anime. So far, you know, it kind of looks alright, I guess. Bit cheesy, but then you play it, and man, this game is absolutely, well, crap. You can't even, well, you can kind of jump. But this is it. This is what your well-earned cash, you know, would have bought you. But yeah, I'm not gonna allow you to witness any more of that. It was a bad game. And yeah, I think I ended up trading that for a Simpsons game, and that was pretty bad as well. Exactly, a True Pixel. And unfortunately, I paid money for that. Gonna skip the Mario games. Everyone knows what Mario is. There's gotta be something. Sonic the Hedgehog? For the Super Nintendo? What is this? Ah, yeah, I've heard of this one before. I think it's just like it's a whole different game, they've just replaced the sprites. True Pixel, you should definitely do some videos on YouTube for Link to the Past. You seem to know, you know your stuff with that game. This kind of actually reminds me of Sonic the Hedgehog. With the whole red background and things like that. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Someone actually used their time to make that game, and I think they probably could have put their time to better uses. Used to be a fan of the pinball games as well. Fair play, True Pixel. There's a whole load of free screen recorders out there. But yeah, I'd keep working on Super Mario Bros. X. Right. It might look basic, but it is actually a pretty good pinball game. Hey, I haven't played this for a while. He's not going my way. Yeah, what was that? I'm quickly skipping that. True Pixel, I guess it's whatever you felt comfortable doing. It's not easy work creating videos. I'm well aware of that. I really should finish the stream after this game. I feel like I've gone through a lot of the good games. Let's go with the Kirby. Again, I don't think I actually played one single Kirby game on the Super Nintendo. It's not to say they weren't good. I just was never really interested in them, really. Unfortunately, the sound's a bit slow. Yeah, that's it's too slow to really play that one. Come on. Super Nintendo did have a lot of great RPG games, but they're really not the type of ones to play in, you know, for 10 minutes in a stream. Nice one. Aladdin. Now, I did play the Mega Drive version of this last weekend, and they're very different games. I'd probably still say the Mega Drive one's the better one, but, you know, this isn't bad. I don't know, True Pixel. Can't help you with that. I'm definitely going to have to make this my last game, though, today. Oh. I thought I could just jump onto his head or something there, but... Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I don't know why it would lag like that. That's very strange. That really sucks, actually. I've not actually really played Minish Cap. I think I did the first dungeon at one point and never went back to it, really. I have the scarab. Yeah, you should have a clear up of it every so often, I guess. And that takes a while. One up. I'll go with that. Not quite sure what that meant, but still. Just kind of love the fact that Abu kind of follows you around, whereas in the Mega Drive one that doesn't happen. Ah, died. Right, I think I'm going to have to leave it there. Yeah, for anyone watching, thank you. Maybe give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't already. Take it easy. See you later, True Pixel. I will be back tomorrow with Super Mario Maker about this time, actually. Probably, well, 5 PM UK time. It's 5:30 now. Cool. Okay, take it easy, guys. See you later.